Hey everybody, and welcome to week one. This is a summer semester. As I'm sure you've noticed, the weather's quite nice outside, at least it is today, and as a result, summer classes are busy. This class is going to be no different. You are going to be busy in here, but with proper planning, with time management, a little bit of personal responsibility, and keeping me in the loop, sending me questions, eliciting feedback from me. All these behaviors are going to result in success in this class. One of the most important elements of getting started in my class is getting the hang of these weekly emails that you're going to get, these agendas. Okay, you can see this one's entitled Week One. You'll be getting one next week and the week after, and so on, all the way through the end of July. So this week has got a lot of beginning assignments, you know what I mean, like getting started with stuff. So let's have a look. You have all these numbers. You can just treat this like a checklist and kind of go down the list. Watch the Welcome to College Comp screencast, which is right here.
Hello.
There I am.
Welcome to College Composition.
Is that weird enough? Okay. Watch that one. Then you're obviously watching this one. And you have two other ones that you can watch when they're sort of appropriate. You have the Overview of College Comp document that is the basis of the first screencast, the Welcome to College Comp. Hopefully you're familiar with your Stark State email. I really don't know your level of comfort with technology. I don't know your level of exposure to how Stark State does things. So if this is too straightforward or too easy of an assignment, forgive me. But get familiar with your Stark State email. That's going to be our primary method of communication. I like Google a lot more than I like Angel, to put it lightly. So we will be using the email option a lot more, and the Google Drive option, which leads me to item number 4 here. Learn to love, or at least tolerate, Google Drive. I really prefer Google Drive to Dropboxes and Angel. I don't need to get into the sort of philosophical groundings of why I prefer them, why I prefer Google Drive, but suffice it to say that you are going to have to like Google Drive, at least for this class. So what you need to do is set up a Google Drive folder. This needs to happen soon. Okay, this is your first really kind of activity that you got to do, and it's graded. So make sure that you do this correctly. You set up Google Drive. You go to your Stark State email. You click on Drive, which is if you go. This is my email here. You click on this little up here. And go to Drive, and then your Google Drive will pop up. Yours won't be as full as mine is, I wouldn't think. But what you do is from there you create a folder. You make that folder your first and last name. You create subfolders within that folder for each of the major assignments. Make that SA1. Look at this, editing and action, SA1, SA2, SA3, the research project, SA5, and reader responses. Okay, and then you share that folder with this Gmail address, steve.edgehouse@gmail.com. I hope I've made that clear. I've got it in a couple different places. Share this with me. You can't turn work in until you create your Google Drive folder, and more importantly, share it with me. So please do so quickly, soon. Okay, item 6 here is our shared presentation. I have that up here. Okay, it's just a shared slideshow. This is my way. Instead of doing the whole discussion board post of, tell me about yourself, tell me a little bit about yourself. I thought maybe a shared slideshow is a little bit more interesting way to share information with each other, with the class about each other. So I've already done mine as sort of an example. So I've got my contact info in here. I got my Twitter handle, professional info, family. Got a picture of my beautiful kids. Look how cute my kids are. And then a little bit about me, my hobbies. I'm a running fanatic. I'm gonna probably mention running quite a bit. I'm running a 5K here tomorrow, and I'm also training for a marathon in the fall, for the Columbus Marathon. So how boring is that to hear? Probably pretty boring. You have to create your own slideshow, okay? Your own slide, rather. So hopefully your name is somewhere on here. I'm going on the most recent version of my class roster. If your name is not on here, please add it at the bottom. All you do is click on this little plus, and you can add your own slide. I will double check this. Probably by the time you're watching the screencast, I will double check to make sure that everybody's names are in here. So these are the 24 students that I have enrolled in my class as of today, as of the day that I'm recording this. So hopefully I spelled your name right, but basically make the slide your own. Make it interesting. All right. Let's see. Okay, so and just a little bit about yourself. Don't share anything you don't want to share, but let us get to know you a little bit through that shared presentation. Okay, so what's next? The online readiness assessment. There's a very handy quiz. Do I have a link? Okay, so here's the link is here in the agenda, but it takes you to the Sierra College online student readiness quiz. So you click on begin, and you read this, and then it's going to ask you all these questions, and basically it's going to by the end of it, it's going to spit out some data for you. It's going to give you some scores, and then that's where you go over to Angel to complete this. It's in miscellaneous. It's the only thing in miscellaneous. The online readiness assessment forum. This is a graded activity as well. So what you do is after you take this assessment, you do the following things. You post your scores, and then you write 100 or so words about the results. What do they say about you? Your computer system needs, your reading ability. Basically, this quiz is asking, it basically is online education for you. And so I like, hopefully you have an idea of what online classes entail. This quiz will give you an idea of how ready you are to take an online class. Hopefully you're very ready, but even if you're not, this quiz will help you acclimate yourself to your, what may be challenges for you in this class. And the sooner we can get you thinking about how can I reduce problems, how can I prevent struggle, then good things can happen. We can maybe eliminate or reduce those issues. So the online student readiness quiz, again, hopefully that assignment fairly speaks for itself. Okay, and then kind of related to that is look around Angel. Maybe that should be item 7. I don't know, but poke around Angel. You'll see that there's the discussion boards. Oh, editing in action. They're not just for brainstorming. They're mostly for brainstorming. Course announcements. Well, I will post announcements in there from time to time. Your grades will be in there. If you ever want to live chat with me, Angel is how we will do it. There are other ways we could probably figure out, but Angel, you might as well get your money's worth a little bit out of it. And then there's lots of links to helpful sources. So if we go around, wrong link. Let's see here. I have 1,000 tabs going. I hate when I do that. So inside lessons is lots of the assignments here. I could put it on you to click around and find this stuff. To find your way around Angel, and I'm sure you've used Angel in other classes. It's our learning management system, or at least it is for the time being. I think this is going to be our last year using Angel, if the gossip is to be believed. Okay, excuse me, I need to take a drink of water. Complete Essay 1. The assignment is here. Let's talk about Essay 1 for a second. This is a timed essay. So 1 hour to complete this assignment, and the assignment itself is down here. So basically these are just questions that are asking me to tell you a little more about yourself, your personal story, your literacy story, your technology story, the rest of your story, and your thoughts of this class so far. So what you need to do is to create a document in Google Drive that I can find in your Google Drive, in your folder. What you're going to do is complete this essay in 60 minutes. So I'm only going to read what you've written in an hour. Google Drive is awesome in the sense that you have what's called a revision history. Okay, let me see. Maybe this isn't the best document to show to you. Let me see if I have one. Reader response assignment, sure. Okay, so the last edit was 1 hour ago. I can always tell when you start something and when you work on something. I can see the changes that you made thanks to this revision history. Okay, you can too. It's really weird with Google Drive to get into the habit of not saving. Okay, you don't have to save. All you have to do is create a document and start writing in it, and Google Drive will save all your changes. It'll tell you all the edits. You can see that 42 minutes ago, I made some changes to this assignment. So my ability to know how long it took you to compose the essay is going to be very easy. So what you have to do is you have to write this. I'm not counting your words or anything. I'm not even going to be freaking out about your comma usage or even like things like vocabulary. They don't matter yet. This essay, I use Essay 1 basically as a diagnostic, basically a kind of look under the hood, see what where you're at as a writer as you begin this class. That way I can sort of customize my instruction to you. I can make my assignments kind of hit you where you're at. Okay, get you where you live, sort of, so to speak. And Essay 1 will be very helpful in that regard. So don't feel a whole lot of pressure to come up with Shakespeare or something profound with this essay. I'm basically asking you to write about yourself for an hour straight, and I'm going to grade that. Okay? If you have any questions about Essay 1, just let me know. I want you to do well with it. It's pretty easy to do well with it. Okay, what else? Okay, then Essay 2 is a bit more in-depth. That's why up here is a screencast about Essay 2. It's right here. Okay, so feel free to watch that once you get down to item number 10. Okay, SA2 also has an assignment. You can see here. My goodness, you see how many tabs I have open. It's a place you call home. I have a whole screencast devoted to it, so I'm not going to get into that anymore than what I just did. Okay, chapter 2, remembering who you were, is a close enough approximation for how we're approaching SA2. I'm going to ask you to write about a place. Chapter 2 in the composition of everyday life, your textbook, it asks you to write about a person. I ask you to write about a place. The type of thinking is extremely similar, so you can definitely use that. That chapter will feel okay to you. I think you'll see why I've assigned it. Okay, the next thing you have to do is there's a Prezi, an online presentation that I've made about brainstorming. Okay, you can see the storm. How cool is that? So anyway, I also have a screencast all the way up here, not to make you motion sick, but there's a screencast about brainstorming as well. I'm pretty happy with the screencast, actually, so I hope you'll watch it. It's a good one. Not as good as it's better than this one, which I never do these weekly ones very well because they're a little more off the cuff, and when I do the teaching ones, I tend to prepare a little more. Once you've chosen a topic for SA2, once you've watched my screencast, you will go back to Angel. You will go to Lessons, place you call home. You go down to Assignments. Then in here is brainstorming SA2. Okay, so you've got kind of 4 things you got to do. Your brainstorming process, where you're at, what's your topic, what excites you, what scares you, and then you have to reply to 2 other students' threads. So again, graded assignment. Again, this is really 2 weeks worth of work, so I'm sorry. Feel free to take breaks during these screencasts. Reader response 1 is also due by June 9th at noon. Okay, you create a document named RR1, or you can title it Reader Response 1. I really don't care. You're going to choose one of the following to respond to. Either, I gave you 3 readings from the textbook, and then I've found 2 other ones outside of it that are pretty similar in their scope and their goals. Writing about home. Obviously, you can see that there's a thematic element. There's a thematic tie into SA2 that the first reader response is asking out of you as well. And I strongly suggest you begin writing SA2. There's lots of. Next week, I'm going to show you some examples of what a successful SA2 looks like. I hope that you begin thinking, not only thinking about what am I going to write SA2 about, but also what is my best approach. How do I best begin that essay? So then the other thing here, you can always email me. I can check in on your essays. And Google and YouTube are your best friends. There is a YouTube video that's a tutorial for how to do just about everything. So what I want you to do is get in the habit of being responsible for your own education, for showing some initiative in your own learning, that sort of thing. Okay, so I don't want this to go on and on. It's already 13 minutes long. It's longer than I wanted it to be, but this is these agendas are going to be fairly massive because we have lots of ground to cover. So if you have any questions, please send me an email. Otherwise, I look forward to sort of meeting you virtually this week, and I look forward to hearing from you when you share your Google Drive folder with me. And this time next week, I will be starting to grade your first work. I'm very excited to do so. So if you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me an email. Otherwise, nice to sort of meet you again, and best of luck getting started in our class. Thank you.